YouTube, what's up? Hey, Revn. Hey, we're gonna do I've seen a couple of people do it, and some of the views went pretty well on YouTube. So hey, I'm gonna try it out as well. We're gonna do like an 18-hole walkthrough on how I approach certain shots, my thought process, and kind of inside the mind type of deal. Because a couple people in stream has asked me about why did I hit that shot? Why did I do a choked approach and all this stuff? So we'll do it. First, you'll see Xbox is turned off. We're gonna do a quick equipment check because there's a bunch of tinfoil hat guys talking about Cronus and aimbot bullshit. So this is my oh, that's my wife. This is my other cam. You can see my Xbox is turned off. Okay, we'll do a quick little scope around. Go around back. There we go. Around back. That's just HDMI, Ethernet, power cord, and the USB, which powers on my audio extractor, which is down there with the little blue kind of on it at the base of the leg. So, and then you'll see white cord goes all the way down. Again, do not judge me for my cord management. White cord all the way up into my controller. Okay. So I put this right here. Let's see. I'll adjust that here in a minute if I need to. I'm going to turn on the Xbox. Okay. Let me adjust it here. It's a little loud. Stand by. Sorry. Okay. Hold on. Let me at least get situated here. Okay. Oops. Okay. This will work like that. Okay. So you can see controller. Let's get booted up. Oh, I gotta turn on my monitor. I'm looking at the damn screen through OBS. Okay. That's kind of loud. This loud on my head or my ear. All right, let's do I don't know. Let's go to one of the ranked, I guess. This is the daily. Oh, the 11s club. This is from 23. Okay. Settings. It's probably default like it always is. Yep. And you'll see also I don't have a ball on. If I do, I'm gonna turn it off. I shouldn't have a ball on, or a fitting for the ball rather. Nope. Good. Okay. All right. Let's go. Bum 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 bum. Here we go. Walk around with Revn. Walk around with that might be like a new series. Walk around with Revn. All right.
Hello there and welcome
Here we go.
to PGA Tour 2K25.
So with this,
guess what?
the first thing is.
I
Come on, John. Shut up. Please shut up, John.
Things go down today in this ranked
Stop talking,
tour
John.
event. Best of luck out there
All right.
today.
So the first thing you always have to look at, although for this being ranked, a ranked tour, if you call it ranked, it's in quotes, is the first thing. what are the green speeds? Green speeds are the one thing that will predicate how you play the course. If they're slow greens, you can be more aggressive. If they're faster greens, you can be less aggressive. And then it's the firmness of the greens. These are default, so I'm gonna just assume they're firm. But like if you check the course settings and it's very firm, you have very fast, very firm greens. Then your window starts to shrink on what you can do. The fairway firmness doesn't matter a whole bunch as long as it's not very firm. This is on default, so I'm not going to worry about fairway firmness. So, first thing, what are the green speeds? 165s. Okay, that's not that fast. It's maybe it's slightly above average. Nothing crazy. When you start getting to the 170s, like 171, 180s, then that's a little bit quick. 165, it's nothing too much to be scared of. Not that much. And then because the greens are probably firm, it's nothing crazy. So then the next thing, like when you have that, the very first thing you look at when you play each hole, again, let me start off with this. This video is not for, unless it maybe apply, I don't know, but this video is not going to be for Plat players. It's not going to be for elite players, and it's probably not going to be for like a higher level kinetic player. It may pertain to some lower level kinetic players or people that are hard stuck in kinetic, and probably every single CC player, probably. But yeah, if you're hard stuck in kinetic, then this video might actually provide some substance to you. So we know the greens, not that bad. They're somewhat okay, and they're not very firm. So we can be a little aggressive. So first thing to look at, what the hole location is. Okay, so because this hole location is up front, I want to be as close as I possibly can to maybe get a short iron or a wedge, because if it's a mid iron or a long iron, it's going to be hard to stop. So with this, I need to be 1 in the fairway and 2 as close as I can to give myself the easiest approach. So you can have, now you just do the math. Okay. This will go 290. It'll bounce and roll. It probably stays in the fairway. It should. Now, if this was very firm fairways, I'll probably hit 3-wood, because the very firm would probably maybe bounce too much to the right and go too far, where I now have a weird yardage. But because this is 290, after it bounces and rolls a little bit, I should have probably somewhere around 290, maybe about 105 yards, which is fine. I want the wedge, because again, the hole is sort of cut up front. All right, so that was a long explanation. I apologize, but we'll kind of get into it. It goes a little bit faster. All right, so this is my first time swinging. Let me get set up here. The old double thumb. This could go really bad. Okay, that's my first swing of the day. Okay, we're good. And then just bang it. I went further than I thought it would. 230. Okay, 100 yards. I said 105, so we're fine. Okay, so now where can't I miss this? I can't be long. I mean, I shouldn't be long, but I can't. If I'm back here, I can't make birdie. If I'm over here, I can't make birdie. I do have a little bit of a slope. See how it's kind of going this way? On 165s, the ball will bleed a little down this type of slope. 150s, probably not so much, but this may bring it closer, about maybe a foot or two. So I want to be somewhere in this range. Preferably, next thing is where do I want the ball to be at if I miss? If you look around, see what the beads are doing, they're all kind of going left to right. And just visually, it looks like pin high left would give you an almost straight putt. No, it's going to bend. It's hard to get oriented here when you're at the side. I think right here is probably a straight putt. Yeah, this is pretty straight. Okay. All right. So, dialed that in. I'm gonna take dead aim because it's a wedge shot, but I just want to be a little cognizant. I don't want to miss this. If this is pin high right, it's gonna be a very difficult putt. So I'm gonna be either short, right next to it, or just a little bit left if possible, or if I'm gonna miss it. Okay, long explanation. This will go faster as we go though. I promise. So 101. Plan 104 because of the elevation. 104, and the wind is this close with the wedge isn't gonna do that much. It might push it 2 yards. So my 94 becomes 96. 96 yards. My actual number is 104. So I gotta make up 8 yards somehow. All right, it is gonna bounce, maybe a yard. There's one. I'm gonna add and it's gonna roll maybe a half a yard, just 1.5. I'm gonna de-loft it some to give me about 2 more yards, like that, and a little less than that, like this. And then this foot lie, it's a little yellow slope. It's not gonna do that much. Okay. It's going to kick the ball slightly left. So I'm going to put it right here. And then the wind should bring it back a little bit. So, again, this will go faster, I promise. But that's the order of operations of what you step through as you go. Let's go. So, dialed in here. My left thumb is not cooperating today. That's better. Okay, let's rock and roll. That was a severe misjudge.
And this one is for the
that happens, right? Like in my mind, the foot lie, I had the ball going more left. But it almost looked like the ball started right, which it could have been a weird lie that the ball was in. I don't know. But in my mind, I thought I saw it going left and the wind bringing it back. Just the foot line never messed with it. Sometimes it happens. You know, you just kind of misjudge it. That's fine. The main thing I didn't want to be pin high. If I was 4 feet, 6 feet further, I have a really crazy side bending putt. But because I made sure I didn't want to be pin high, I now have a much easier putt to make, much more manageable. All right, let's go. So I'll just read this and go. Something like that, maybe.
Well, the putt appears to be online.
Okay.
And you're 1 under for the day. All right, second hole is
here we go.
par 4. I think
so we got here, where's the pin? Pin's in the back. Okay, so typically whenever the pin's in the back, being in the rough isn't a death sentence because you have plenty of green to let it hit, short and roll, depending on some of the contours. But long story short, because if the pin's in the back, the rough isn't as penal. If I was in the rough in the last hole, I don't have room for it to kind of roll out more. So I can be a little bit more aggressive on the tee shot if needed. Okay, so And also a common misconception too. You see in the bottom right where it says up 37 feet. That's where the hole is. That's not where the cursor is. Okay, so you might think, oh damn, it's an uphill tee shot in 10 yards. It's not, because the cursor's flat. The elevation is where the hole is. So just kind of keep that in mind. The wind might knock off some. As long as I have a wedge, I'm fine. And they'll do that. Let's do a little wedge shot. So I'll just hit a normal shot. Hopefully. Okay.
Okay, second shot here.
Okay, so and you'll start to see as we go, this will get faster. You can't miss it right, obviously. Actually, you can't even miss it right here, because that'll trickle down on 165s. You can't be short, as that will roll back. I'm not too concerned about too much spin. All right, it's playing 100 yards. So this 94 is not going to get there. So I have to hit this. There's playing 100 yards. So that's all right. So right here's 106. Right about here. So like each box is about a meter, about. So it's, each box is a little bit more than a yard. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, I don't want it to land at the pin, just a little bit short. Let's go about 5 yards past it because of the elevation. Oops. And then the wind's not going to affect it a whole bunch. Well, I guess the carry. So that's about what, 7 mile an hour wind. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here maybe. Now, like, typically, how do I say this? Like the shorter shots, the crosswind isn't going to affect them as much because the ball's not airborne as long as, let's say, a 5-iron or a 6-iron. So that there is some wiggle room there. But I like this. I like this. Okay. Okay. We're good.
Sweet.
So you see what I mean? Like, even knowing that, it's hard to trust it. Like, that wind, because the ball wasn't airborne as long, it just doesn't have enough time to push it. But knowing that if you're 6 feet right of the hole, you have a chip, it's just hard to trust that. So a little bit of a misjudgment. Doesn't take much, right? I misjudged it by, what, 2 boxes. Doesn't take much. But, you know, this is a putt I should make, but, you know, whatever. All right.
Oh, come on.
Okay. That happens.
About 5 feet.
See, we make mistakes.
And after that hole,
We make mistakes. That ball just didn't
let's see,
react like I wanted to.
Third hole
It happens.
has in store for us.
Thankfully it's not TGC. If that was TGC, I'd be losing my mind right now. All right, so this one, par 5. It's a pretty open, you know, flag. Not gonna hurt you. So it's short. It's short. Yeah, this should be fine. I do think this should carry. I don't think power drive is, well, I'll do a power drive. I don't think you would need power drive here. Well, depending on your driver, But main thing is just get it past these bunkers, and you have opportunity. So, but where that pin is at, I can be pretty aggressive on this tee ball, because even if I mess up the shot, you know, I can still at least knock it on and be okay. Let me get set up here. I can't believe I missed that putt. That's too bad. This power drive's hard for my thumbs to get to it. Okay, here we go. Okay.
You can tell just by the sound that was hit with extreme force. And this one is around.
All right, I'm on a downslope, so it's gonna take off about 3-4 yards. I know that. I do not. Obviously, you do not want to be long here. If anything, you want to be short left, somewhere right in there. If you're gonna miss it, short left. It's gonna bounce and roll a little bit on a downslope. This 165 is gonna carry more like 168, 169. So I think I'm in between clubs here. I'm gonna partial this 7-iron. Something like that, kind of maybe drive it back there somewhat. It's gonna hit and kind of roll a little to the left. That wind's not gonna do anything to it. So something like this. I need the eagle here. Messed up that damn birdie putt. Ugh. That should work left off these little humps or the contours.
Nice work.
Fine.
That was some good
Then just
golf.
make the putt.
Here's a putt for eagle. This one should be pretty straight to start off with, and then it goes a bit to the left.
Okay.
So good. That was a fan.
Oh, that putt on hole 2 is gonna kill me.
Bring your score down to 3 under. You got a nice tailwind on this hole. See
All
what
right.
you can do with
So, this is a very favorable pin. I have plenty of room here to work anything. I even have a buffer here. The main thing is obviously, well, the main thing is you don't want to miss it here. If you miss it here, that the putt. Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is why I think the green speeds matter so much. With the greens at 165s, I can miss it here and be okay, because the putt's not going to roll off this. The putt's not going to roll off this hump and then keep going and roll down. So in actuality, with the green speeds how they are now, the miss is actually over here, as opposed to left down here. Now, if the greens were faster, if the greens were, let's say, in the 180s, now the miss is over here, because if I'm here, I can't stop the ball. It'll catch this slope and probably keep going unless I hit a very, very good putt. So that's why the green speed matters, and knowing that why that matters is where is the appropriate play. But all things being equal, because this is so flat and it's just a pretty normal-ish wind, you should get this close. So just kind of land it somewhere here and have it roll up and stop just short. So a good swing, this should be a good birdie shot, even though it's a longer hole. It's just hit the points. Just hit the points and you get it. So this is 217 playing 214. That's about 6 mile an hour. So let's call it 207. 207. And I want it to land and roll. So it's gonna say 30 feet of land and roll. So 207. Out comes 197. 197. Actually, that wind's getting a little bit stronger a little bit, I think. 197 is the number I want to hit. So this is 199. I'm gonna bring this back about 2 boxes. Something like this. And the contours of the green and the wind should kind of help it go back left some. Okay, let's go. Okay. Little underswing. I think the wind actually picked up some. Yeah, it did. I said that before I hit it. I was like, I think the wind just got more. That's okay. It happens. But that was the idea. I should have. Yeah, see, the meter isn't as much as it was on the T-ball. That's too bad. Okay, whatever. It happens. Again, if it was TGC, I'd be pretty pissed off. But that's all right. So this is just a normal chip. See if you can make it or not.
Come on, get in the hole.
Hey, it worked out.
A one-stroke lead for our leader today. And the fifth hole, we have a par 5 ahead of us.
Par 5. Okay. So again, what's the first thing we do? Correct. Look at the pin location. Okay. So we look back. Where is the best place to come in from? If I come in from this side, so towards where my marker is, it's going to be maybe a little bit harder to hold because I'm kind of going with the slope. I want to be as far left in the fairway as possible to have it go more up the slope. So how do I do that? Over here. And it's a short par 5. And even if I'm in the rough somewhere, you can see going into the green, I have a gap I can shoot through. And also the bunkers around it, except maybe the green side bunkers, or sorry, the ones in the front. The green side bunkers, I'm going to hit an easy pick and be fine. So with this one, I think it's worth the gamble to take power drive. Or if you're not comfortable, just hit a normal drive. If you're in the rough, it's not going to kill you. But I'm going to take the gamble and try to power drive it down there and give me just a one less club. So we'll see. We'll see. This might roll through. We'll see. A little bit of a close. That should be fine. Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay, about 215 yards or so to the pin.
All right. So you don't want to miss it left, if possible. You certainly want to at least give yourself an eagle opportunity. So anywhere on the green's fine. The contours work it to the left. So if I can use this, especially with like a mid-iron, kind of bounce and roll into it this way, that's fine. I don't want to land it anywhere here. So somewhere landing in this area is just fine. So it's 215, call it 213. I want to land it probably, 10 yards short to have it bounce and roll. So 203 is where I want to hit it. The wind's going to add, call it 3 more yards where it's at, 200 yards. I'm 190. Yeah, this should be fine. Should be fine. I mean, we miscalculate from time to time, but this should be okay. The ball's above my feet. I'm gonna give it a little bit more room to go right to left, and then this should be fine. The main thing is just don't miss it right. Sorry, don't miss it left. It's right where I'm running to land it. It should work a little to the left. Okay, that's fine.
Great work. Nice.
That's fine. And then just, again, putting in this game is sometimes either you're hot or you're not. This is by no means an easy or just a tap in, because let's be honest, 2K official courses and the beads are terrible. So I play these ranked events with a grain of salt on the greens. All right, let's just bang it through. Like that, baby. That almost didn't break.
So good. Oh,
all right,
shot.
So we can move on.
Okay, 7 strokes off the lead after that hole. All right, nice clean swing here on the 6th hole. We got a par 4 ahead of us.
Okay. Looks pretty safe. Okay, again, because the pin's up front as much as possible, I want to be as close as possible without going doing something stupid. So, this, if I did power, see, if I do power drive here, I think I get too close because it's going to land about 305 or about 300, let's say, and roll 30 more yards. Now I have like a weird 70 yarder. It's a weird shot. So I think I'm just gonna hit this normal drive. Give me just a full wedge, and I should be able to, just fine. Damn it. My left thumb does not want to cooperate today. Let's just hit it. Okay.
And look at that thing go. Oh my goodness, it smashed it. Okay, we're
all right,
setting
full
up
wedge.
about 100 yards out.
Okay, so this is obviously not enough club. It's playing, what, 101 with the wind. I'd say it's a good, like, 107-ish. 107 is the number. I kind of like this. Maybe a little partial here. And I'm going to put a touch of forward spin to offset the backspin that this wedge is going to get in the air. So these are still, if I'm being honest, a little bit dicey for me because it's just hard to trust my instincts here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. And then again, just make the putt on these weird-ass beads. Thank you, 2K, for these. Please, ball, act like you're supposed to.
Okay, 6 strokes behind our leader after that hole.
I should be 8 through 6, but that's okay.
And teeing up now on the 7th.
Okay, so we got, again, it's tucked up front, so you want to be as close as possible. Although I do have a backstop behind it, it's not going to roll back all that far, but it will give me a little bit of a buffer if I kind of mess this drive up. This just comes down to course management and how comfortable you are with what you're doing. Like if I'm in CC, or maybe if I'm a hard stuck in kinetic, maybe I don't hit driver here. I take 3 wood. I give myself a 200-yard shot into it, where I can guarantee par. If I hit a good shot, you can see I have a little bit of a hump there on the left that I can work the ball more towards the hole if I have a long iron. It's a safer play. If I hit driver here, if you hit driver, then you miss the fairway, or if you put it in the bunker rather, then you're not making birdie. But also there's a spectrum of would I rather be 200 yards or 210 in the fairway, or 170 in the rough. And because there's not much danger around the green, I think the rough is okay. So if I'd have messed that up and put it in the rough,
Should be a good result.
it wasn't going to be the end of the world.
Second shot here on the 7th.
Okay. So we got, this is playing 175 downwind. Going to help me about 4 yards. So 171 is the number. And I want to take off about 5 yards. So 166. Like this. Something like that. This is probably going to roll potentially a little bit past it. I might take a little bit off of this. I don't want it to bounce and go dead right. Let me do something like this. It will work a little bit back to the right once it lands. I just took off one extra box just in case. Again, it's all kind of an instinct and feel. This could be misjudged. I don't think it's misjudged by much. Okay. Left thumb's working.
Well done.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
7-foot putt coming up.
Now, like,
Oh, yeah,
if I wouldn't have taken off that extra grid box, then it could have been really close. But I just thought maybe that ball would bounce and roll more, but it didn't. But it's fine. Yeah, you're fine. All right, here we go. Again, where's the flag? It's pretty accessible. You know, I have a backstop behind it. It's fairly forgiving. There's nothing a whole lot there. The green side bunker would be fine. I don't want to miss it right because you can see it'll just feed way down and then it'd be a very hard up and down or 2-putt. So, again, this is where if you're comfortable with it, try it. But if I'm in CC or hard stuck in kinetic, just, you know what, man, get me in the fairway. It's hard to make a big number from the fairway. And if you're wanting just to make, you know, if you want to make cuts, get promo points and get hard stuck out of where you're at, if that does happen to you, just dumb it down and make good decisions in the fairway. I'm gonna hit the power drive just because I've been swinging pretty well. But yeah, it's a comfort thing. If I'm in the rough, it's okay. But you know, just kind of do you. It's a judgment call. Okay, thumb's working.
That'll work for you. And
Okay.
we're about 115 yards away.
All right, so we got 115. It's playing. The wind's gonna take off probably a good, I don't know, 4 yards. So 119. But also keep in mind, if I land it here with this wedge in the wind, it will spin back quite a bit. But 119 is the number to the stick. I want to land it a little bit past it because I think it's going to come back a little bit. So I think my number is like 121. Like that. But the choked approach doesn't get affected by the wind as much. So I think I'm going to actually bring this back about 2 boxes. Somewhere in that range. Somewhere in there. I think this should be okay. Okay. Dude, like my left thumb for the past week has just been like Superman, and then I overcompensate. Sorry, guys. Okay. Pretty good.
Really well judged approach there. All right, here we go for the birdie.
Wow.
All right,
Okay.
9 under is your score.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
You got a right to left cross breeze.
Ooh, this is all right. This will be a good talk through. Here we go. All right, so the misses on, you want to miss it left. If you miss it right, it's going to be hard up and down. Plus, there's no room there. So it looks like I have two different options. The over there would be fine, but I think it makes it longer, right? I mean, I gotta put it again. It's a comfort thing. If you're feeling it, if your power drive, if you can thread the needle here, sure. But again, if you're looking to be consistent, make a cut, get out of the rut, and just take your 3 wood or a partial driver, put it over here, and you might have 200 yards, but you're not going to have a drop. You're not going to be weird. You could go over here and it makes the hole shorter, but the angle sucks. And because you can't full it in this game, full off, full spin, and have it stop, angles in this game are wildly important. I'm gonna try this again because I've been swinging pretty well. I'm gonna try it. The main thing here, when if you do something like this, just know the miss is left. If you miss it right, you're gonna be somewhere over here, especially with the power drive. So if anything, this needs to be a little bit closed, like on purpose, just to make sure it doesn't go right. That would have worked too. Let's see. Okay. That would have been fine. I'd take that. Okay.
Good, gracious.
So that's called missing on purpose, right? Like,
and here's our second shot on the 9th.
The perfect was going to be a push. Like my thumbs were looking to maybe a little bit closed, so a good swing was closed. A bad swing was still closed, but in the fairway or at least in dry land. A bad swing that's a push is a perfect, and it goes fine. So that's what you call missing on purpose. All right, so we got 162 playing 168. That wind might affect it. Okay, 3 or 4 yards. So let's call it 172. There you go, like this. Now, if you're not good at choked approaches, that's fine. Just take your 176, or just take an extra club and just bring it back some. But I kind of like the choked approach because I feel like it just kind of, in my head, it's more of a controlled shot. So I think this should be okay. This should land about, I don't know, 3 boxes in front of the pin. Something like that. All right, now the ball's below my feet some. Somewhere like this. A little more. Okay. Thumb feels better. Three boxes short. That's more like 5 boxes short. That's fine.
Doing all right, hitting those greens today.
All right.
Well done. Here's what you're looking at for birdie.
And just make the putt. And that's the thing. Like you didn't want to miss it long because it's a harder putt coming back.
After that hole. All right, the 10th hole.
Oh, this is a good one to talk about. Okay. I mentioned angles. So you can be see see in you if you were crafty, you could try to do it somewhere over here, but I think they've replanted those trees where you can't get up and over. So okay, that's out of the question. This is where it's like, okay, does it make sense or not? Okay, so if you look at this pin, right? The hole is, let's say is 600 yards. Look at this pin. My best drive, I'm gonna still have what, like 270 into it. There's no way I can get this ball close from 270 unless I hit a phenomenal shot that uses that left kind of bank to work it back this way. But I mean that's a tough shot. I mean, like to have a 10-foot eagle putt, maybe 1 in 20. So the question then lies: is it worth hitting driver here? I don't think it is. Because one, I think it bounces and rolls too far. I think the three wood, it's going to bounce and roll probably to 280 yards. Yeah, like it's just to get it to where you can have a shot at the green. That's what, 340. So even if I hit a perfect shot to where it's in the fairway and it's going to be safe, I still got 260. So I think maybe knowing that, no matter what, I gotta be short of the rough, especially short of the water. So I'm gonna bring this. I think the 3 wood actually might be, it's safe, but I wanna give this a go. I got a good round going. So I'm gonna bring this driver back some. I don't want it to land here because it'll kick forward too much. I'm gonna bring this driver back to about there. Have it land on more on the upslope or this flat spot. Now this is also when you would figure out or remember, hey, am I on very firms or moderates? You know, what's the fairway at? If these are on very firms, I'm hitting 3 wood all day off this. But because they're firms, I can hit driver. The main thing is just be short of everything.
Oh, play.
That's fine.
Probably,
I'm probably going to be a little bit more aggressive, but that's okay. All right. And then this one here, you don't want to be anywhere around here. You just don't. It's in that dead zone. In that dead zone where you don't have a good shot at anything. So you either have to lay it up, which could be very fine. Lay it up to just a nice full wedge shot. You can do that, no big deal. I think, you know, in a normal tournament, but with more brutal conditions, I would lay this up. But because the greens aren't like 180s, and because I'm not on very firms, I'm actually gonna give this a go. If I'm in this bunker here, that's fine. Actually, that'd be very good. I can just pick it. The main thing I have to worry about, I don't want to miss it anywhere over here. This bunker and any of this is bad news because I'm dealing with that hump. So somewhere right's okay, or this green side is fine. This is no good. So, you know, again, it's sort of like do as I say, not as I do. But if I'm hard stuck in kinetic, or if I'm in CC wanting to just, you know, get my promotion points and move on, lay this up. Lay it up. Please lay it up. Come on, dickhead. But if you have a good swing and you're feeling good, you know, sure. The main thing I want to do is get it on the green.
That's bold.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'll take it.
Ooh, stop.
Yeah,
okay, that's fine.
I'll approve
That's
that.
fine.
This is what our third shot's looking like.
That's fine.
5 strokes from the lead.
All right, so it's going downhill at the hole. I'm going to play it back here some because I think it's going to roll a little bit down that hill. If these were very fast greens, I'd be more concerned, but I think this should be okay. And so sort of a little. Oh, I could flop this if I'm being honest. I might just flop this. But you know what? I think a pitch shot. I'm gonna be aggressive. Like the flop is actually the safer play. I'm gonna be aggressive and try to actually kind of hit this more like a long chip and have it roll in coming down that hill. Yeah, the flop is actually the safer play because if I misjudge this going down the hill, then it goes off the green a little bit. Down the hill. Okay, that's fine.
That was good. This one's just a 3-foot putt.
All right, move on.
You're cooking out there.
Yeah, like an eagle there would have been nice, but it's just not. It's just not likely.
Currently ahead by 1 stroke.
This is a pretty
Now
hole.
we head to the 11th. We have a par 3 ahead of us.
This is a pretty little hole. Pretty little hole. Okay. So 115 playing 112. 112. Now you would think I can just do this and be fine, because as I'm losing about 5 yards of length with the wind. No, because it's gonna land and just suck back. So it's gonna be for me this club. I am gonna hit a little bit of a choked approach to take off some spin. When it lands, it won't rip back as much. So it's 112. In that wind, I'm gonna allocate, I don't know, probably 5 yards, 6 yards. So 118. 118 is the number, my pin number. And then it's gonna hit and come back a little bit, so more like 119, 120. So this is 121. I'm gonna bring it back to like a 119, somewhere right there. Something like this. Okay. Okay. Thumb is working.
You make
1%
good contact.
underswung. That's okay.
And that
Wow. Okay.
will play.
So
Thank you very much.
I misjudged the amount
A
of
putt
wind that
to
would
go down to
hold it
12
up.
under
That's
par.
okay.
Wow.
All right.
I think this one's going left
That
to right.
happens. Now I have a weird putt here because I misjudged it. But you can see why that choked approach, I like it, because it kind of just hits and stops. If I would have hit a full, like a normal swing, it probably would have had a little bit more spin to it, which in this case would have been better. But overall, those choked ones kind of just hit and just stop, or just controlled. I like it better. All right, this is a weird putt on these 2K greens.
This one's tracking.
Okay.
And there you go. Dropping in 4.
Pretty good scorecard, except for that second hole where where I missed that little 7-footer.
Okay, here we go. Par 4, 12th.
All right, same thing again. What the first thing you do? What's the hole doing? Where is it at? Now, if I'm playing just a normal society just to play, I'm not doing this stuff, right? But I'm kind of going through the motions as if this was like a TGC type of round, and how I want to think through what I'm about to do. So first thing first is, all right, pin location. I want to be right as close as possible. I do have a backstop behind it. So the main thing is get it in the fairway. So the driver's probably too much. I could probably hit it over here and been fine, but it's not worth it. I'll take driver here and give me a short iron, maybe a pitching wedge to it. Or hit 3-wood, I mean, yeah. And just pump it out there. Do not ever chase distance in this game. It is not worth it.
Good job. Okay, this one's about 140 yards out.
All right, so we got, let's play on probably 139. The wind's not going to affect much. And this is too much to like partial. I don't want to do that. So I do think it's going to be this pitching wedge. I'm going to de-loft it some. I'm going to put a little bit of forward spin on it, just a little bit. That wind is going to hurt it maybe, I don't know, a grid square, if that. It's going to go a little right off the side slope, but then come back with the wind. I like this a lot. I like this. Okay. If I can get my my thumb to cooperate. Better. Pretty good.
6 foot.
And just make the putt.
Current leader is up by
That's
stroke on the rest
dude,
of the
these
field.
2K greens, man.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Par 4.
All right. Again, first things first. There's the hole location, so you want to be as close as possible. I have a backstop behind it, so the rough isn't terrible. If you're feeling frisky, you can play one of these. I will, but again, if you're hard stuck, buddy, just put it in the fairway. The rough here isn't terrible because it is the hole's in a little bit of a bowl. Yeah, this feels better.
That swing was to die for.
All right, we're good.
And this one's about 113
Ooh, I like this. I love it. I love that it's a perfect
And you're
number.
3 strokes off the lead.
So 131. I gotta find 6 yards. That wind's gonna help probably a yard. So now I gotta find 4 more yards. I'll do probably a little bit of this. So with that, it should kind of hit and stop. It may go in. I say that sort of tongue in cheek, but the number is perfect. And I think unless I totally am way off the mark here.
That'll play.
I'm not sure why that shot off to the right.
There's a look for birdie.
Not sure why, but again, like I said, the number was perfect. I thought I had a good shot going in. I don't know why that went right.
Under after that hole.
All right, we're good.
And now the 14th hole. This is
Okay. All right. So this is where knowing the green speed matters and if it's firm or not. So if these are like 180s or something, I could probably hit this 3 hybrid like short somewhere in this range and have it bounce and roll up the slope because the greens are quick. These aren't as fast. So I don't think that this 3 hybrid is going to get up that upslope. It'll get to the valley for sure. I just don't see it getting to the upslope. So if I wanted to play for par, you know, I can hit this in 2-putt. But the 3-wood, there's not a whole lot of danger. In actuality, the miss is long. If you miss it short somewhere in this range, that's a much harder up and down. If I'm over here off the back, I'm kind of coming back where it's more flat. So I think it's still a 3-wood. And this just kind of comes down to judgment. the elevation and the wind pretty much counteracts. So wherever I put this cursor is probably where it's going to land. So I want this 3-wood to land like right at the crease of this. It should land at the crease of it, bounce a little right, and hopefully it bounces again on the upslope and kind of just trickles back this way. Something like that. So let's see if I can do that. I want it to land right at the crease. And also the miss is left, pin high left. You don't want to miss it right of the pin if you're going to be putting. Miss it pin high left. Unless you just misjudge it and that happens. I think it's something like this. Alright, get my thumb set up here. Like, if I was more comfortable with a stinger or maybe a punch, it could work. I just don't think those shots are that viable very much. You know, I know what this probably will do. The other ones would be a big guess. All right, come on, baby. Good strike. Hit the crease. Hit the crease. Hit the crease. No, it's the downslope. It's all right.
I'm having that.
Birdie putt. Birdie putt. Like if that would actually landed about 2 yards further, it would have been actually a shorter putt, which is kind of odd. But it hit the downslope, not that crease. Damn it! This is not the putt you want it. But it's not like you're not gonna birdie this hole 80% of the time. You're just not.
Oh, what do we have here? Ooh, continues to be good.
Wow.
And the putt goes down fantastically.
Okay. Hey, sometimes it just comes down to making a putt. Honestly, that's sometimes what it comes down to. Make a putt. Oh, I got an email. Who was that? Okay. All right. So this is a perfect example of risk reward. So if the pin honestly was, let me put it here. If the pin was here, you don't go for this. If the pin was here, don't go for this. But because where the pin is at, if I hit a good drive, it could funnel to where that is. And if I want to be safe, I can maybe try to put it in the bunker back here and just hit a pick and be fine. Obviously you don't want to be short. I think you hit. I think for me, I take the chance. It's probably going to go long. Again, if you're in kinetic or CC, hit like a 4-iron and just lay it up and hit an easy wedge shot, man. Just because there's no wind, just get a good number and hit it. But I'm gonna try to impress you guys. So the wind is pretty much a non-factor. So wherever I hit this, I want it to land like right in there. Let's try it. Like this is dicey here, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna try to land it right on that fairway strip. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh, might be short.
Yep, that was a good swing. Well
okay.
Done.
Stay in the fringe or in the light rough's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's probably about as good as you're gonna do. Rough. All right, so now you just gotta just take your medicine. If it goes in, great. But just give yourself a easy birdie putt here, if possible.
Oh, robbed there. Here we go. This one for birdie. Going up the hill with this putt, breaking left
That
to right.
rolled so much more than I thought it would. All right. Hey, that's the sign of a good par 4, though. A good short par 4. If you mess up, man, you get punished.
This putt's good so far.
Okay.
Nicely played.
No harm, no foul. No harm, no
here,
foul.
Just one stroke after that hole. Okay, on to 16. This
All right,
one's a par
16. Where's the hole? Okay, it's sort of like in the middle table there. It's somewhat accessible. You don't want to be in the rough though. So because there's no real good spot to run it up to the hole. I could put it in the front edge of the green if I'm in the rough, but there's no real else to do anything. So I don't even think power drive is a necessity here. I'm just gonna take a normal driver and just pump it in the fairway. Oops.
this one's fairway bound.
That cost me about 11 yards.
About 135 yards or
with
so.
the angle and everything.
Here.
That's all right.
One stroke
Actually,
behind the leader.
this number works out pretty well here. All right, so we got 130. This is one. I'm gonna call it 140. It's 140 with the elevation, and the wind isn't helping that much. So I think actually, I'm gonna bring it back about 2 boxes because it's gonna hit and kind of trickle a little bit. I think this is perfect. Right there. Sometimes the number works out where everything just feels good, looks good visually. This is one of those ones. Why is that going right? The wind wasn't that strong, was it? Again, misjudge. I'm not sure why that went that far right.
It's the ball, because you need this
I mean, I guess it is 3, 4, 5 miles. Yeah, about 4 miles an hour. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Then goes a bit to the left.
A little bit of a brain fart there. Just make the putt. Just make the putt and move on.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, man.
Fantastic. And currently in the lead, but leading by just a stroke.
All right, let's keep it going.
Okay,
Keep it going.
This one's a par 3.
So we got about 203. The wind's hurting probably 2 yards. So actually 205. Oh, the wind's doing whatever. I'm not gonna worry about the wind. 203. It's gonna bounce and roll. So I want to hit this about probably 193. Something like that. I think something like this. With a little bit of D-loft to get me a little bit of forward spin to get a little bit extra out of it. Is it? No, it's uphill towards it. Sorry. So, all right, I'm gonna actually partial this. I'm gonna partial the 5-iron like this. And it's gonna land right there. Something like that. Come on. Pretty good.
Lovely. This one's a 3-foot putt.
Okay.
And the putt drops and we're moving
One more
on.
hole. That's a good. I mean, imagine if I wouldn't have missed that 8-footer on 2.
Is a 2-stroke lead at the moment for our leader. Let's see what happens here on
All
the
right.
18th.
Now, this you can see this fairway. See how it's just domed. You gotta be really careful with that, especially when the fairways are firm and very firm, especially. So what's the hole doing? Okay, so if I'm in the rough, I can still chase it because the pin's in the back. I have a little bit of backstop behind it and in front of it. So the rough isn't terrible. Not optimal, but not terrible. I would have some room to work with. If anything, I want to miss it on the left. But so here's where knowing your numbers and stuff matter. Like driver, I can hit driver here. It probably stays in the fairway. But if it goes 3 or 4 yards either way, it might roll into it. If I hit 3 wood here, a good shot. This will give me what? It'll be 280. I don't know about. This should be yeah. Well, 280. You know what? I will hit driver here. I'll hit driver here. I think actually the better play is probably a 3 wood, but we'll hit driver. Now, like I guess it's conditions dependent. If the greens were very fast and fairways were very firm, it's 3 wood all day. But these rank conditions are pretty easy all the time. Okay. So just bounce straight. Oh my God. That's what I was saying.
Setting up here in the deep stuff.
That's what I was. That's why I think the 3 wood was better. Like this isn't terrible, but it really I can't pinpoint my distance now. Where even if I was, let's say, 150 yards away, I could pinpoint that pretty easy. That was a total dum-dum on my part. Oh shit. Okay. So this is just kind of a guess. All right, 128, playing 135 out of the rough, uphill slope. Almost a partial 9-iron. I'm gonna try to land it like right here. I mean, honestly, that was a dumb move on my part. I should just take the damn 3 wood. Shit. Because I mean, this could come out like a rocket ship. I just don't know. Let's find out together. Or it'd come out not at all. Oh, shit, man. Okay. This is bad. This is really bad. That's why you hit 3 wood. That's why you hit 3 wood. This is really bad. This is bad, bad, bad. Oh, damn it. Okay. Get up there. Okay.
All right, grab that flat stick. We're out of here. All right, you've got about 6 feet here.
All right.
And with that putt, your round.
That probably cost me a shot. Wow. Sorry. That probably cost me a shot there. So that 8-footer on 2, that I probably should have made more often than not, and then a really bad course management decision on 18. Just hit the 3 wood, take a short iron, and you can control the distance. Especially if there's not that much wind, man, you can hit darts with no wind in this game. So, all that being said, guys, that is, it was a little bit long of a video, so I apologize, but I wanted just to, on a slow burn, that's my process, and that's what I'm thinking of, faster than when I'm explaining it, but that's the concept. So hopefully that helps. If you stuck with me the whole time and watched all of this, hey man, more power to you, and thank you. And until next time, we'll see you on the first tee at TGC.